Hey, we're in the kitchen today, and that means we're talking nutrition. And more specifically, so we're in the kitchen today, and that means that we're talking nutrition. And more specifically, nutrition mistakes. Ones that I've made, ones that you've probably made, and ones that most of the public generally make. And the first one is healthy versus unhealthy food. More importantly, come to my fridge, come this way. People deem things like dark chocolate as healthy, and it is healthy, but they fail to think about the calories, okay? And that's the most important bit. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain muscle, lose body fat, calories are king. But that doesn't mean that you have to choose unhealthy options, but if you're overeating healthy options, then that could be where you're going wrong. So let's talk about a little square of dark chocolate, which I love. This is 85%, most people don't like it, but that's 156 calories. Now, even though it is healthy and it lacks sugar, you could likely want to go for a biscuit. New Yorkers cookies with delicious chocolate filling. That looks nice. So these, oh, it would be in Japanese, wouldn't it? Why the hell is it in Japanese? Why is that in Japanese? Well, and then the side it says plastico. Why is it in all these different? Okay, because we can't read the Japanese biscuits, we're going to go with Danish traditional butter cookies, which are really good. These would be classed as an unhealthy food. But if we read the labelling, per 4 cookies is 163 calories, 40 calories per biscuit, which means you could have 3 of these and still be less than the healthy option in the dark chocolate. See where I'm going? This leads into people that eat things like avocado on toast. They go, oh, it's so healthy, avocado on toast with eggs and then the bacon. Could easily be a 1,000-calorie meal. You would actually lose more weight just eating like chicken nuggets if they're 600 calories from McDonald's. I'm not recommending that. It's full of crap. You see where I'm going? 1,000 calories of healthy food won't beat 600 calories of unhealthy food if you wanted to lose weight. So number 2, the second biggest mistake a lot of people make is protein. And I don't mean not consuming enough. That is another problem in itself, but it's thinking that certain foods have a lot of protein in when they don't. Most specifically, people talk about nuts as being a high source of protein. They aren't. They do have protein in, that is a fact. But nuts are primarily fats. We've got walnuts here. We're going to go on the scale. It says on the packet per 30 gram serving, so we'll find out how much that is. Okay, of walnut, so we got, that was 2. Okay, that is, all right, we're going to have to put a few on there. I didn't realize it would be this light. There's 19, 31. This right here is 4.4 grams of protein. It does have protein in, but it doesn't mean that it's high in protein. It has 20.6 grams of fat. Now, they aren't unhealthy foods. For all that, for 4 grams of protein, that's 200 calories. If you wanted 200 calories of chicken, you're going to get 30 to 40 grams of protein easily. Or that could even be like 2 scoops of whey protein. Could be 200 calories and you get 50 grams of protein. Just thinking things have protein in it and hoping for the best, like cereals that say high in protein. I hate to tell you, they're not. Another one that people talk about, peanut butter. Once again, comes under the nut category. Peanut butter's got protein in. Yes, it does. But for a 15-gram tablespoon, which is 95 calories, 4.3 grams of protein. So not a lot of protein for the calories. This is where my point 3 comes in of actually knowing what's in your food. I would recommend to anyone starting out on this fitness journey, you want to lose fat, if you want to build muscle, whatever the case is, track your food. You can't learn what's in food without actually knowing what's in it. Everyone wants to be an intuitive eater, but if you've not tracked it, you don't know what 200 grams of chicken looks like on a plate. You don't know what 200 grams of nuts looks like. You don't know what 30 grams of nuts looks like. You're just guessing. For you to do the reps and learn what's in your food, make sure you're tracking. This goes into things like olive oil. People don't actually account for these things in their diet as well, and they wonder why they're not losing weight. Olive oil, putting it in a pan, or this goes for butter as well. If you put a tablespoon of olive oil in the pan, you have to track it. And that's 120 calories that you've probably not accounted for. Buttering your bread. 10 grams of butter is 100 calories. And most people won't think about the butter that they're putting on. And they'll say, oh yeah, it's about a tablespoon. It's probably not. You probably have about 200 calories of butter that you're not accounting for. Making sure that you're tracking everything that's going in your food and being aware of the things that you're actually consuming that will add up with calories. Number 4, your water intake. You're not drinking enough of it, I promise you. Most people are severely dehydrated all the time. Then, like me, they drink about a litre of coffee in the morning and dehydrate themselves even further. What do you need to do about this? It's all well and good me saying, Walter, what are you doing? It's all well and good me saying drink more water, but then it can feel like, well, I'm just guzzling it all day, I'm going to the toilet. How I program it for my clients and how I do it with myself, you have to include the water as part of your meal. How I would do it, minimum 500 millilitres every time you eat. Let's say you're having breakfast, lunch, snack and dinner. If you had 500 milliliters every time you eat, so if you include it with part of your plate, you include it with your carbs, your fats, your protein, you've now had 2 liters of water. Let's add another 500 milliliters when you wake up before your morning coffee. Now you've had 2.5, and then you have another one before you go to bed. Now you've had 3 liters. You can make it even easier and do 750 ml every time you eat, and now you've got up to nearly 3 liters. But making sure that water is a part of your daily routine is really, really important. If you don't drink water, you're going to hold more water and just retain water. It's one of the best things to improve your metabolism and to help you burn more fat and just stay healthier all the time. And number 5, and this is probably the biggest mistake most people make, and that I probably see most of my clients make, is weekends. You make your weekend a weekend, and then it ruins all your progress, and everything that you've been trying to do during the week comes crashing down. And you wonder why you're at a plateau, and you wonder why you're not actually losing any weight in the long run. Because let's say you're having 2,000 calories a day, 5 days a week, okay? There's 10,000 calories. Your week's perfect, you're hitting the protein, you're doing everything like that. Then let's say on the weekend, it's not gonna be just an extra 1,000 calories. You're having beers, you're going out for a takeaway. Could easily be another 4,000 calories after a roast, after a takeaway. So your Saturday and Sunday turn out to be 4,000 calories. And that's me presuming that your Friday is really on point as well, your Friday evening. So if you're having 4,000 calories on your weekends, now we're at 18,000 calories across the week as an average. If you needed 14,000 calories to lose weight, you've now had 4,000 calories extra, and you're likely going to be in a maintenance across the week. Beyond that, let's say you had a day of the week where you go over, you could easily be going into a surplus. Weekends need to be controlled. You need to be aware of that. And that's also saying that we're accounting for everything I've just spoken about in the previous points. Are you accounting for your oils? Are you accounting for your butter? Are you doing enough steps? Etc, etc. If we are doing everything perfect in the week, and then your weekends are beers, takeaways, extra food, snacking, going out for coffees, that can easily ruin all your calories and keep you at the exact same point or even worse. But that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your weekends. I like my weekends, I enjoy some nice food, but we've just got to account for it during the week. So there's a couple options you can do. You could throw a fast into your week. If you've been dieting for a long time, you know what fast is. You could do a 24-hour fast and it takes 2,000 calories out of your diet. Or you have an average of 2,000 calories across the week. You maybe do a few days at 1,700 and now you bank 600 calories for your Saturday to enjoy an extra 600 calories. Or what we could do as well is on the Saturday, you know you're going out for a meal, you know you're going out for drinks. So earlier in the day, you eat a little bit less. You have high protein, low carb foods, low fat foods that are lean, that allow you to eat more food later on and actually enjoy the meal as well. And number 6 is probably why you've not lost weight at this point, or maybe you dread the thought of even starting, is you go too fast. You go too hard with your deficit, you make it a horrendous process and you try and fast track your results. Then you end up burning out, gaining all the weight back that you've lost, and then just feeling like, I don't want to do this again. What you've got to do instead is make it a sustainable approach. Don't make it something that is like going to a war zone every time you go. And that goes for the gym as well. Every time you go to the gym, every time you step in the kitchen, don't focus on less. Focus on more of the right type of things. More protein, more nutrients, more whole foods, more walking, more training, more movement in general. That'll put you in more of a positive mindset, thinking that you're able to actually eat the things that you want, rather than thinking, you've got to be in a scarcity mindset all the time and restrict everything. Focus on sustainability, focus on doing this for the next year, not the next 6 weeks, and you probably will see more results. That's just my advice. What do I know? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. If you want more stuff like this, make sure you follow him.